Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 5th update for Throwback 30. Jessica Lee created this fantastic ladies project, and it's a way that we can participate in more projects than we really can on our own. There are a ton of great ideas, and as much as we would love to be able to do all the ones that appeal to us, we just can't. So this way, every year we get to do 30 projects that might be current, or they could be ones that ended a long time ago. At the last update, I had 24 of them left, and there are a couple that are leaving. I'm going to start at the top of the alphabetical list. I'm going to skip over the ones that I haven't used in the last month, and we'll get to the rollouts when we get to them. First is 50 Shades of Pink, and that is for panning pink things. I picked an eyeshadow stick. This is from LOC, and it's the shade Heavy Petal. There's what's left of it. I had 3 uses on it previously. I've used it twice more for a total of 5, and this is what I'm wearing all over my lid today. I'm in the process of moving, so my eye looks are very simple at the moment, and so this is nice for that. This has gotten rather dry. It wasn't always this dry, so it's more difficult to use than I wish it were, but it is so close to being done that I don't want to just throw it out, and even though it's only a $3 product, but I'm still working on trying to finish this, and we'll see if I get to do that in the next few months. 50 Shades of Purple is then for purple products. This is a Cynthia Rowley eyeliner. It doesn't have a shade name, but it is in fact purple. I have a goal of using this 15 times. At the last update, I had 5 uses. I've used it twice more for a total of 7, so I'm about halfway there. I do like this. I can't really wear it on my waterline, but I have found that I like this under my eye on my lower lash line, so that's how I generally use it, and I still have 8 uses to go, and I'm perfectly okay with that. 50 Shades of Yellow is next, and I brought in a gold nail polish. I don't know what brand this was. This came in a box set, and I threw away the outer packaging a long time ago, and the brand name was not on the individual bottles of nail polish. But I am actually trying to finish this. It is all the way down here. I have used it once. I didn't have previous usage on it as of the last update, but I used it once over the last month. I'm sure I'll use it again around the Christmas season, at least one more time, and I don't know how many uses are left in here, so I think I might just try to finish this winter, and for now it is still in the project. Then I have 7 Deadly Pans, which is of course inspired by the 7 Deadly Sins. I randomized one of the sins and got lust, so NARS is reliable for that sort of subject matter. This is a mini blush in the shade Orgasm X. I had 2 uses on it as of the last update. I've used it twice more, and so you really can't tell, but I have 4 of my 30 uses on this. I've got plenty of time. I'm working on another blush right now too. It is a very pretty shade. It's also very pigmented. I have to be light-handed with this, but it is nice and I will keep using it. Birthstone Beauty is themed around the different birthstones that are assigned to different months, and instead of randomizing, I just picked my birthstone. I was born in February, and February's stone is amethyst, and amethysts are generally purple. So I went into my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette, and in here is the shade Nani, and I've used that quite a bit in the past, but for this project I was trying to use it 15 times. It already had pan on it. The last update I had 13 uses, and I did get my last 2, so Nani is now rolling out for Birthstone Beauty. It is a pretty shade. This is not an expensive palette, and the shades are kind of hit and miss, but I think that's a really nice purple, honestly, so I'm happy to use it. I'm going to finish that someday, but not in this project, because right now it's rolling out. Budget Beauty is for panning inexpensive things, and I picked this Eco Sciences body cream. It has a lemongrass scent. I got this at a hotel, so it is cheap. I think if you buy these in bulk, they're like 46 cents each or something like that. But I was up there at the last update, and I'm all the way down there. So this is not long for this world. It will be empty for next update. I've been using this as a hand cream. It lives on my nightstand, and I put it on my hands every night. This would be better in the summer. It's honestly not really hydrating enough for the winter, so I kind of wish I had used it then. Oh well, it's going to be gone next month anyway, and I'm really excited about that. Drop 10 Before Summer is for panning summer-themed items, and I picked a hair product. It's the DP Hue X Kristen Cavallari Sun and City Mist. It's supposed to keep your color-treated hair from getting damaged by sun and pollution. I don't know if it really does that or not, and I actually did not color my hair in the last month, but I used it a couple of times. I'm now at that gold mark. I don't know that this does anything, but I want it gone, so I'm using it anyway. And I've got a ways to go to do that. My goal is to ultimately finish it. Happy Hour is prompt-based, and it is themed around adult beverages. I randomized craft beer, which is an indie product. This is the Exa Beauty High Fidelity Color Corrector. It is green. I had 7 uses on it as of the last update. I've used it once more for a total of 8, which isn't that impressive. My goal is 30 uses. I'm hoping to get there eventually, and I really should be using this more because I've had more redness in the winter than I did in the summer, but I actually haven't been wearing makeup as often, and when I have been, it's been pretty quick, and I haven't been bothering with color correctors. I need to fix that. This is still in the project. Then there is Harry Potter. There were a few different Fantastic Ladies Harry Potter projects. I think they went up to Order of the Phoenix. I don't think there was ever a Half-Blood Prince or a Deathly Hallows one. But in any case, you were to pick a prompt from one of those, and one of the ideas that showed up in, I believe, a couple of those projects was that you could pick an item that is one of the house colors. And so I picked Ravenclaw because that's my house, and Ravenclaw is blue and bronze. So this is the Luna Sleeping Night Oil, and I had a goal to finish this because the bottle was blue and the product itself was actually blue for Ravenclaw. There's no bronze, but Luna is a character and she's in Ravenclaw, so I thought that counted. And this is now gone. At the last update I was there. This is gone now. I wouldn't buy this. I don't think it's for me. It kind of sat on my skin and didn't really absorb very well. I used it in place of a night cream, and I just like night creams better. So I wouldn't buy this, but I'm glad I got the chance to use it. Then there's I Heart the 90s, which is themed around the 90s. That makes me pretty happy because I was born in 1989, so the 90s are pretty nostalgic for me. I do remember most of them. And I randomized the prompt Macarena, which I definitely learned in gym class in elementary school. But that is a product from a Hispanic-owned brand, and I picked the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Extreme. It's a perfume sample, and I've used this 5 times in the last month, giving me a total of 6 uses. So I am just all the way down there now. It is an extreme scent. This is actually a men's fragrance, and I don't think it's too masculine for me to wear, but it is very intense. I'll put 2 squirts and I'll be smelling it all day long, and it's honestly more intense than I would want. It's just, I don't really want to make that much impact with my fragrance personally, but I'm still trying to finish this, and hopefully next month I'll be able to manage that. Then there's Lip Service, which is for panning any type of lip product, and I picked a lip gloss. This is the Maybelline Shiny Licious and Berry Bella. It is very old. These are very discontinued, and I'm trying to finish this. It is all the way down there. I had 5 uses as of the last update, and in the last month I've used this 8 more times, so I now have 13 uses. And it's getting down there. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of does one of these things, so I'm guessing the level is about there. It's hard to say, but hopefully I'll get this done in the next few months. Then we have Nightmare on Panning Street, which is themed around horror movies. I randomized the movie Event Horizon, and that is represented by a magnetic product or something in magnetic packaging. I picked these Glamnetic Virgo lashes. They are on my eyes right now. I previously had 11 uses. I've used them 4 more times in the last month for a total of 15. So that puts me at halfway through my 30 use goal, and it's 30 uses or until they're not usable anymore. And I really think I'm going to hit those 30 uses, especially since I usually don't wear them very long. Honestly, I'm generally just wearing them when I'm filming videos. I'm just not that into false lashes, but I got these in an advent calendar I think last year, so I might as well use them, and I'm halfway there now. Skin is In is for panning skincare products, and I brought in a cleanser. This is the Nourishing Cleanser from the Somme Institute. They've got this like color-coded system as their line. This is the only product I have from them though, so I'm not sure how the whole system works, but now I'm really curious because I really like this cleanser. I've never had a cleanser before that I considered a holy grail. I've used several that I liked, but none that I felt were irreplaceable, and this may be an exception. The downside is this is $48. Of course I fell in love with a really expensive cleanser, but I do need to use several more cleansers before I can buy a new one, so I'm hoping I find one that I like just as much at a more reasonable price point. There's where I'm at right now. So that was last update. Here I am now. I am trying to finish this. I'm using this primarily in the morning, so this is a once-a-day cleanser, and we'll see how many months it takes me to finish. Then we have the Golden Girls Project Pan, which is themed around the Golden Girls TV show, and I've never watched it, so I don't really get the joke, but I drew the prompt Back in St. Olaf, and that's supposed to be a throwback and or a gimmicky item. I picked this perfectly posh hot pepper shebang muscle stick with a goal of using it 30 times. As of the last update, I had 17, and I've used it 4 more times for a total of 21 uses. So I'm getting close, maybe 1 or 2 months. It depends on how often I remember to use this. It is sort of an extra step in my routine, and it's for sore muscles. So I don't use this when I don't have sore muscles. So I'm going to be moving though, so I should probably have those as I'm carrying boxes around. So this might get a whole lot of use in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. And I should get this done in February, I would think. We'll find out. Tiny Pans was a past pan that palette theme, and you were to pan your palette with the smallest pans. For me, that's a little sample duo, and it's the Coastal Scents Stylized Sampler. There's 2 pink shadows in here, and slow and steady wins the race. I had 2 previous uses and I used it one more time for a total of 3. My goal is 30 uses. I know that shimmery pink is not going to survive all 30 uses. We'll see what happens with the matte, but I've got a ways to go on this. I've been focusing on shadows in a project that ends sooner, but hopefully in January and February I'll be able to use this a whole lot more. Women Who Rock is themed around women who rock, and I randomized Serena Williams. She said, "I don't like to lose at anything, yet I've grown most not from victories, but setbacks. And it's a product you used to hate, but now you love." And I used to have a hard time with this milk highlighter in the shade Lit. It would kind of lift up my foundation. I had a difficult time figuring out how to use it in a way that made my base makeup stay. But I discovered underpainting and I like it that way. I have a goal of using it 30 times. At the last update I had 12 uses and I've used it 6 more times for a total of 18. So I am getting there, maybe 3 more months-ish. It is a nice shade for me even in the winter, so I appreciate that. And I've gotten compliments when I've worn it places before, so I'm perfectly happy to use it for the rest of the uses in this project. Last is Zodiac Panner, and that is themed around the different signs of the zodiac. Last year I did my sun sign, so this year I decided to do my moon sign. I don't really know what that means because astrology is not really my thing, but my moon sign is evidently Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is represented by dark blues and rich purples. And I went back into my Lilo and Stitch Ohana palette, and in here we have the shade Aloha, which is like an indigo type shade, so I thought that would work. At the last update I had 8 uses. I've used it twice more in the last month for a total of 10, and I do have 15 use goal. So 5 uses to go, 2 months maybe, we'll see. And this is still in the project. It is kind of competing with another shade in this palette that I have in another project. So Aloha over here and Blue Hawaii are very similar to each other, so I wouldn't use both of them in the same look and they're competing a bit, but I will get back to focusing on Aloha. So that was 2 rollouts, which brings me down to 22 projects remaining in Throwback 30. The first one was Birthstone Beauty, and that was Nani in the palette. And then we had Harry Potter, which was the Luna Night Sleeping Oil. So those 2 are rollouts, and for the next update, I think I'm gonna have 2 rollouts then as well. I'm certain that the body cream I have in for Budget Beauty is not going to survive another week, and then I should also finish the Carolina Herrera perfume sample, I think. So that should be another 2. So we'll see. Good luck with your projects, and I'll see you next month. Bye.